Okay. So we always want to, step 1, mark the center. Okay. Now, of course, we would be doing this with the mapping string, and I'll show you for example. But it'll be a little easier with the mapping string. Okay. How you do step 1, marking the center, is you use the Cupid's bow.
Cupid's bow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You get the center of the face. Okay. Now, next, we use the ridges of the nose. So right here. Okay. We use the ridges of the nose to mark where the eyebrow, the fronts of the eyebrows, where they start. Okay. 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 So now we have the ridges.
And that's right at this crease.
Mm-hmm. Right at the crease. Right. Good. Okay. All right. So where the brows start. Now our next step. So that was step 2. Mm-hmm. Step 3 will be marking the arch. But how we do that is we use the outside edge of the nose, bring it through the center of the eye, or right on the outside edge of the eye. Okay. Okay. So right on the outside edge. Come up through the center. Okay. Make sure you got it right. All right, now pull that line out on both sides. Her center of the eye is not exactly the same on both sides, so be a little tricky, but just make sure you're using that outside edge and you'll be fine. Okay. Or the outside edge. So you can use the center of the eye or the outside edge of the eye. Okay. Okay. Then our next step is to mark the length of the brow, right? Okay. So that tells us where the tail is, but it tells us how long the brow is too. We use that same point, the outside edge, and we use where your natural lashes stop. Okay. So right where your natural lashes stop and the outside edge of the nose. Okay. So we're gonna go from that same point. Okay, same here. Okay. Okay. Same. Now, on a person, now we would need to get where the brows, the bottom of the brow, right here. So what these are called is the front bulbs. Front bulbs, okay. Right? So we need the bottom of those to see where the brow starts, right? Because this is the front of the brow, but this is where the brow starts. Right. Right? The bottom of the front bulb. On a person, you could simply put the ruler on the bridge of the nose, right? This is the bridge. Right. And the ruler is going to stop on the bridge. Then when you rock it back, it shows you where the bottom bulb is. Right. Okay? So bridge of the nose, bottom bulb. Okay. Right? Lift it. On her, we have to somewhat guess, right? So we're going to say if this is her bridge, the ruler probably stop about here. And so that's where we're going to draw our line. Okay? If a person has no brows, that's what you have to do. Okay. Put it on a bridge, rock it back. But if they do, you can clearly see, right? Where's that? Right. And if they do have brows, you can clearly see the top bulb. Right? So make sure you get that step.
It's called bulbs. Bulbs.
So we're going to be marking the top and the bottom bulb. Okay. Make sure you write that you use the bridge of the nose to get the bottom bulb.
Yes, that'll be so much easier on a person.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could just flip it.
Right.
And see where it is.
Okay, so we got the bottom bub.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you were on a person, we got the bottom bub. Now, if you just scoot the ruler up until you feel the flat of the face,
Okay.
and then you rock it back, you would get the top bub.
Okay.
Okay, but on here, we have to mark the top bub. And so we're just going to move it up a little bit. I think her brows might be a little too low, actually.
That's coming into here, right?
Yeah, I might bring it up a little bit. So let's see. All right. All right, so we're gonna come up to the flat of the face and get our top bub.
Okay. Is it a little high?
It's a little high on this side. Let's try it again. This line. And our goal is just to make sure that the line is straight.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the top or the bottom line? That's all. Oh, that bottom line is crooked. All right. So make sure it's straight. Good. All right. So I'm gonna bring it across there. Now, third line, right? So we have top and bottom bubs.
Okay.
But now that's the top and the bottom of the front bub. Okay. Now we need to mark the arch, right?
Okay.
The top bub is not on the same line as the arch.
Right.
So how we get that on a person is normally you just put the ruler behind somebody's ear, rock it forward. It's always going to give you the top of the arch.
Okay.
Okay, you would put a dot, and then we would just draw a line. We'll place your mapping string and put a line right across.
Right.
On here, we would just pretend like we're rocking it forward. So I just angle my caliper ruler as if I was to rock it forward. It would give me a point about here. Okay.
Draw the line across.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rewrite all of this. I'm gonna leave you have a booklet up with these notes. I'm gonna rewrite it though.
Okay, so now that we have that dot, we can place our line. And that's marking our highest arch point. So we know that both arches should be on the same line. So there.
Okay.
Right? So now all we have to do is actually get our brow shape by marking our dots and connecting the lines. Well, connecting the dots. So what do we know this is?
Those are the front bulbs.
Right. So that's the top and bottom of the front bulbs. So we know that.
That's the beginning of the brows.
What do we know this is?
The arch.
So we know the arch.